Hi, yeah, Day My Max 6. We are back at the Mecca, and today is a very good day. It's Memorial Day weekend. I got two beauties. We're going to train at Gold's Gym Venice, Lauralie and Cathy. Hi, guys.
Hi.
What's going on? You guys have been traveling the world. You're back in Venice now,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And it's Memorial Day weekend. And what are we training today?
No, not true. Shoulders.
We're gonna get some shoulders today.
Lauralie, booty. We're doing
Not
booty every
always
time.
booty.
All right. So shoulders today. It's busy in the Mecca. Cathy's been traveling for 2 months. She's been competing all over Europe. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And then Lauralie, of course, is just starting her prep for the Olympia, right?
Yes, started 2 weeks ago. So
Oh my
16
God.
weeks out. Very exciting. Yes. Now it's getting like crazy at the Mecca and very motivating and inspiring.
A
So
lot of energy, right, Cathy?
yes.
Was it hard to be gone for 2 months?
It was. I planned to travel for 1 month, but I think we're going to talk about this a bit later.
We'll talk about
so
it later,
I'm so
yeah.
happy to be back. And let's
That
get
is
some
so
shoulders
cool.
now.
We're glad to have you guys back here. You bring a very good positive energy to the gym. We'll come and do soul shoulders, and then we'll talk in a minute. All right, you guys. So we have a lot to talk about today.
We do.
We have a lot to talk about. So Cathy, first of all, where did you guys meet? I'm curious. You two.
Actually, first time in real life here, but we met before on Instagram.
Okay.
Like so many people do, because Lauralie was competing last year in Philippines, where some friends of mine competed. So, and that's how we started interacting, and we decided to meet up for the first time here at Gold's in January.
Oh, nice. Awesome. And then you guys have trained together before, or sometimes, or is this just something you do once in a while, or?
When I came first in January, I was in prep, I remember.
Yeah.
And back then you were already like training with Stan and Sean and
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why we like all got along, I think. And I saw Stan and Sean first time in the Philippines also, so it was just like a Philippine like reunion kind of thing happening. And well, when I'm in prep, personally, I always train like very by myself. Like I'm a very individual solo person when I train. So we weren't very training together back when we were in prep, but then we started training a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, you were 6 weeks out from the Arnolds in Ohio, and well, we were just hanging out.
Yes.
You were doing
Filming.
your training, I was doing mine.
That's
well,
awesome.
I was prepping for my first figure show, and she's doing bikini. So obviously the training is a bit different. So there's some things that we can do together, and some things that we can't do together. Yeah, because we have to focus on what is required for our classes. But I think this is why we get along so well.
Yeah.
Because we can learn a lot from each other. Training wise, and when we train together, for example, like we did today, shoulders, it's more like, okay, can we do that? Should we do this? Okay, there we work out. And
I mean, we have our own also experience and our personal level also.
Yeah.
Even me, like there's exercises that I can do. For example, like when I train legs, I can train quads. I can train like compound movement anymore because I'm very like quad dominant. So my glute workout are very, very basic. So for her to train with me will be not good for her. So at this point, we're doing what's best for each other, and let her train by herself, do her reps, go heavy. And for me, it's more like train smart than train hard right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
well, I train smart too, but I used to powerlift, so I have a lot of basic strength.
Yeah.
So I need to add some weight to actually like feel my muscles. So,
Gotcha. Are you still doing figure?
I plan to do figure, yeah.
Because you just competed in Europe. So when you competed in Europe, which you look great by the way. I'm hoping we get some pictures to drop that in there in the video. So you left California just over 2 months ago to go compete in France and everything else. Start telling me a little bit about that trip,
this
Cathy.
crazy trip, like travel madness. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, it was like mid-March, and we left the same weekend. She went to Australia to
Yes.
compete at the Arnold.
That's right.
And I already went to Europe. I was 4 weeks out, or 4 or 5 weeks out, because I wanted to go over there. I had some expos in France, in Germany before that. So I kind of wanted to settle down a bit in Europe. My parents live in Germany, so I basically was hiding at my parents' place, just getting through the last weeks of prep.
Yeah.
And then I went to France, and I planned to compete in the show in South France, in Nice. But it didn't quite go as planned, let's say it that way. 2 days before the show, like you probably know, they cancelled the pro qualifier in France. And yeah, we were all shocked. Like, there were like something's going on, and they couldn't hold the event that weekend. So
Wow.
2 days before that, it was Thursday afternoon. The show was supposed to be on Saturday. I was ready to go for the registration, everything on Friday. So Thursday night, I get a message from Stan, actually, who was one of the ambassadors of the show, saying, "Kat, the show is cancelled." And I was like, "Are you trying to make like some joke to freak me out? Like 2
That's not
days
funny.
before my show?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm not kidding. There's something's going on, and they can't hold the event because of liability reasons. There was a huge expo going on, so there was no show." And I was sitting in my hotel room thinking, like, "Damn, I'm ready. I'm ready to step on stage." So
Tell me how you feel when you prep for so long, because I've seen you here months before,
Yeah.
and you were like, I have high hope for that show. It's the first time they were having it in France in such a long time. Big promotion, big and so they tell you 2 days before you can compete. How do you feel at that point, and what goes through your head?
it's so surreal. I mean, like, I was my best friend. She just arrived like from Finland. Like an hour before that, she arrived, because she usually helps me with getting ready and everything. And she was furious, but I was just sitting there like, okay, damn, what am I gonna do now? It's just like you're like in shock.
You can't believe it.
Yeah, you can't really believe it. It's like, wait, I'm just about to put my suit on and step on stage, but now I can't. But I'm really rational, so I just really like try to find a solution right away without freaking out. So the first thing I did, I checked the IFBB Pro League website and checked for the next pro qualifier in Europe, because I thought when I'm already there, I need to find a show.
Yeah.
So luckily, 2 weeks later was the show in Alicante, or in Benidorm in Spain. So that night, like 2 hours after I heard about the cancellation and everything was confirmed, I booked a flight and registered for the show in Spain. I went
Awesome.
back to Germany for like 2 more weeks of prep, and then went to Spain to compete. And like this whole Europe trip like was a little bit longer than expected.
That's awesome that you were able to just, like you said, not freak out and just rationally say, you know what, okay, I'm ready. I'm just gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna diet 2 more. That's awesome, because a lot of people could have just lost their shit and just said, you know what, that's it, I'm going off the diet, and just get depressed. You know what I mean? And but you made the best of it, and you went to compete in Spain. You looked tremendous. What did you place over there?
I got third.
Nice.
But I don't know, if you have a winner mentality, like when you
I
don't
know.
win, you don't always feel
Of
like
course.
losing. But it was a great experience. I loved the show. The organization was great. Like the Spanish team there was amazing. And well, I learned a lot, and I got my feedback, and I know what I have to improve. So for me, it's improvement season now.
Did you compete again after that? Because I thought you did more than one, or was you just
No,
did
I
Spain?
only did that one show.
Okay, okay.
Because I really wanted to come back here.
Yeah.
Because we already had plans to meet back up here, because I wanted to support now the Olympia prep of
Yeah.
Stan, Sean,
Yeah.
Lauralie,
Yeah.
be around, and it would actually help me to stay motivated right now in my off season.
Yeah, you can use that for yourself, of course.
Exactly.
That's what's
Everyone's
great about.
prepping around me, so that
It's
I don't
awesome.
go all out now.
That's what's great about Gold's Gym. You train around champions all the time, right, Lauralie? And that's what's so great, of course, I'm sure for you, because you came from a place where there's good people for fitness and bodybuilding, but there's not a ton of champions. It's not like this is like the top of the top at the Gold. So
And I mean, it's not even about like champion. Of course, like you see legends here, and it's awesome. But you also see like amateurs that want to go like further in the sport, and you see like it reminds me so much of me when I started, and just like you see them. Okay, it's my second competition, or like I meet bikini girls, or like trying for the 5th time they're trying to get their pro card, and it's just the vibe here is awesome, because you see people challenging themselves and loving the sport. And I have to add also, When I learned about your competition, oh my god, like my heart was broke because
I know.
she was so ready, like her peak week, she nailed it, and we were talking every single day, but she handled it like a freaking pro. Like even me, like I'm a very calm person, but I would have completely freaked out. But when I inboxed her, like she was just, no, on to the next one. I was like, okay, that's a freaking champion
That's
mindset.
awesome.
So whatever happened in Alicante, I don't know, I was very impressed by her. So yeah, I'm very excited for her too. Like now she's improvement season. I'm kind of like pushing her to very enjoy that time and that kind of like balance of season, and then she can go back full prep mode for her next show.
Yeah, and now it's great because it's an Olympia preparation for you guys. So she gets to be a part of it. She gets to be part of the team and all that stuff. And I'm sure that's great motivation for you for the next one, because you can apply that for your own training, your own diet. It's so much. It's so great to learn around those people.
And I get all the carbs now, so my brain is working.
Can function
so I'm like
full capacity.
full capacity, and we can be active and support you guys now while they're getting ready for the Olympia. Before it's time for me to go back into zombie prep mode.
Cathy, talk to me a little bit about your prior education, because you're a smarty. You're a smart cookie. You actually went to school. You have some degrees. And you love fitness and bodybuilding, but that's not all you're about. So talk to me a little bit about what you've accomplished so far in life and why you actually decided to make this more of your passion or occupation.
Yeah, well, like, I went to school, like you said. I actually went to pharmacy school. I have a degree in pharmacy, so I'm a licensed pharmacist in Germany. I'm also a certified specialist for pharmaceutical technology, which means like everything dosage form development. But I kind of realized I don't really want to work in a pharmacy, so I actually stayed at the university and got a PhD in oral drug delivery and pharmaceutics, focusing on, again, like oral dosage form design, solubility enhancement, taste improvement. Actually worked on pediatric drugs, like not inventing new drugs, but making the taste like better or more acceptable, so for better treatments. But at the same time, I was always an active athlete. I played handball for almost 20 years. Did a bunch of other sports like swimming and capoeira. But with all the traveling that came up afterwards, because I was always traveling for conferences and international projects already in the university, I started going to the gym 4 or 5 years ago and didn't have time to play team sports anymore. And that's how everything started. And I kind of fell in love with lifting weights and lifting heavy weights. So I never thought that I would ever compete myself. But everyone was always asking me, when is your next competition? And I was thinking like, what next competition? I'm just here to work out and I just like to lift heavy. So, but by now I competed in bikini, in wellness in Europe.
Okay, wow.
Then I switched to powerlifting, qualified for raw deadlift World Cup. So I got a world record actually last year in raw deadlift.
Wow.
Lifting 315 pounds, I think, in my class. And yeah, then back to bodybuilding and decided like figure is going to be my class. And yeah, just like keep going. At the same time, working with all these amazing athletes on social media content and creative content. Because I'm a creative at heart. I just like to do a lot of things and used my creativity in academics already to help scientists how to use social media for their career purposes, and the same thing I was doing with athletes now, so I can just transfer that knowledge from like 10 years of working as a social media manager, supporter, now working with pro athletes and helping with their content. So Gold's Gym is just the best place for me to be.
And you
as
love
an
this.
athlete.
Yeah, you know, this is something you're passionate about. You actually love this. Yeah, that's awesome. Lauralie, so you're trying to make this your permanent residence, right? That's the goal. So you went back home for a little bit. You went to go visit your family, of course. You're gonna go back. You're gonna go to Toronto. You're gonna go support over there, and you can go back home a little bit after that. What can you see yourself do or be in the next few years? What's the ultimate goal? Win the Olympia, I'm assuming. I mean, there's only one spot left.
Exactly. That's my short-term goal.
That's your short-term goal.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
give me your long-term goal.
As a long-term goal, of course, like being Miss Bikini Olympia, it's a platform that I can use to be an ambassador for the sport. So in the future, I would like, of course, like the US right now is very, opportunity-wise, it's big, but I think it's all start from here, but then you can go like to Europe right now, you can go to China, it's getting like so much bigger than just the US, and that's what I'm planning to do. I'm trying to see if I can go to Europe for the first time just to help other people, other bikini girls right there to learn about the sport, because they might don't have the resources over there. So I'm thinking about bikini seminar and just you know, sharing my passion and sharing my knowledge that I've learned throughout the years by myself with you know, other people here. I learn so much every day, and it's something that I want to share with other people. You know?
You kind of started doing that. I was asking you, you know, you come and train early in the morning, you know, with Cathy in here, but I was like, what are you doing the rest of the day? And you said you are helping people on Skype throughout the world if they want to have posing lessons and stuff. So how can people get a hold of you and contact you for that? If they,
best way, we always start by Instagram, to be honest, but then you can email me, and then I just go through that process with you. It's super easy. I'm super easy also. You get I have a pretty big schedule, and I can accommodate a lot of people. I didn't promote yet like posing, but I will, because for now it's just people that come to me and I asking me for a posing class, and I'm saying yes or no.
okay.
For example, like in Toronto, I have a few people that live over there, and they know that I'm going there, so I'm gonna have a gym that I can do some posing class, and it's like 45 minutes to an hour, but I'm pushing you very hard. Like after this session, I'm telling you, like most of the girls are just like sweaty, and they're like, oh my god, because you learn. I want to put all my knowledge out there, like no secret at all.
Awesome. So Instagram, and give your email. What they can reach you?
So my email is my name, Lauralie.Chapados@outlook.com.
At what?
Outlook.
Outlook.com.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so-
And Cathy, you do a lot of filming, editing, video work, all that stuff. So if people want to hire, because I know Sean and Stan are both working with you leading up to this Olympia, you're going to do some shooting with them. Where can they reach you?
Also on Instagram, so it's Katie Leta, Catieleta. I have a second account, Katie Works. Email would be katieleta@gmail.com. So
Awesome.
just reach out. Like, yeah, the whole videography thing is actually, it's funny how that started, because as I said, like I was rather helping people with ideas and concepts, and more like rather business strategy, what they could do, or career strategies. And at some point I was there saying, you know what, I just get a camera, I'm going to help you with that.
Why not?
And somehow business strategists turned into girls for everything, from videography and photography.
Jacks
also
of all
with
trades.
Lauralie, we started her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
The Road to the Arnolds videos
Yeah.
are on there, and as she said, we just want to share everything, like no secrets. So sure, now the focus again is the Olympia prep, but we're working on a lot of things in the background, like that she can have regular posing classes, like world tours basically, so she can help girls all around the world, because we're aware that many people just can't travel to the US,
Don't have access.
and have access here to meet us here. So we're working on a lot of things in the background right now, and I'm really excited for that.
That's awesome. Well, we'll be glad to keep you in the loop on JTV to try to get your message out there as well. And I'm sure we'll shoot many more times before the Olympia. Guys, thanks for coming today. You're great.
Thank you
And
so
then
much for having
we
us.
hope to have you guys again.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.